goodness. Howdy folks, howdy. Sean Brock here with you once again. I want to remind you to please subscribe. You won't miss the excellent beings with 6 strings that grace our presence, such as this one and all the vintage products that come through that we get the opportunity to listen to and compare and all that good stuff. And this right here is a first one on the channel, and I was searching through my brain, as small as it is, it's a small Rolodex, and this is actually the first one from this company that we've had on the channel, and I am speaking of Gallagher Guitars. Yes sir, Gallagher Guitars, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, kind of close to some of my old stomping grounds when I lived down in Nashville. And we'll talk a little bit about the history of Gallagher, but we're very, very proud to be dealers of Gallagher Guitars here at Sean Brock Music, Middlesboro, Kentucky. Man, Middlesboro's a happening place. It's right in the middle of everything, sort of. But right over here in the tri-state area, and of course we ship worldwide, and this instrument is for sale, but I don't care if you buy it or not. I like it that much. Man, I love this guitar. And one of the challenges that I face as a musician who is in the retail business is I don't want to have products sitting around that I don't enjoy, because I'm literally a kid in a candy store, and I don't want to have products that I wouldn't own and try to sell them to the consumer. So there are only certain brands that really work for me because of my particular nature. And I've been talking with David Mathis over at Gallagher, and this is a really good relationship. And David and all the guys over there are making a fine product, and you better believe it. This is a booming, crazy good guitar in this G-70. So what is the G-70? By the way, if you're interested in the purchase of this, call me, email me, sean@seanbrock.com, or you can call me on the store number 606-547-4477. Again, sean@seanbrock.com. 606-547-4477, and you'll get the menu there, and you can press 0 to speak to someone if you're interested in purchasing this. The list price on these is $5,000. That's the list. People ask, do you take trade-ins? Yes, on a case-by-case basis we do take trades. What is a G-70? Okay, this is a very, very beautiful Sitka spruce top. Thin herringbone trim. You got the ivoroid binding. Just a knockout set of East Indian Rosewood on the back and sides. This is a mahogany neck with a volute. Kind of their small volute, which I prefer. Personally, I don't like a really big volute because sometimes I like to store my capo above the nut, which I'm not doing on these guitars because they're for sale. But this is more conducive for that. Who needs half of a Boeing 747 looking thing on the back of your headstock? I don't know, but I like this. This is beautiful, beautiful workmanship. Of course, the French curl headstock, I have always been very fond of these. I'm not committed to and in love with an oblong personally. I like a little style, and this has the style. Ebony fingerboard, 1 3/4 to nut, bone saddle, compensated saddle, ebony fingerboard and bridge. I said that already. This is strung with Diodario XS medium phosphor bronze. And man, just the craftsmanship, finish, playability, outstanding. Beautiful pick guard, I like that. Listen to this thing, would you? Just let me shut up and listen to this thing. This will blow you away. listen to how rich that is. Listen to the thickness, the warmth of the trebles, and how much body there is to the treble on this guitar. Listen to it. And you say, well, you're playing it over the sound hole. Of course it is. Let's move around a little bit. Just check it out here. Listen to the overtones when I slide up through here. How good is that? That is just beautiful. Golly. Sean at SeanBrock.com, 606-547-4477. Check out the bass. Man, and this thing, it came in yesterday. I got it out, played it, and actually hadn't put it on a mic until we got ready to do the video. And of course, part of the reason I don't do these live is because I do a lot of phone answering, and I didn't want the phone to be ringing while I was doing the video, because I got a feeling that I will get a lot of phone calls on this G-70. This guitar makes me smile, man. Listen to that. Leave that old D open there. Man, it hangs out there like bloomers on a tenement wash line, boys. Strum a G chord and we'll grab the capo. capo. Man, I've got capos, drumsticks. Anybody need anything? Humidifiers? I keep all of it here on my desk. Tools of the trade. Who plays the G-70? If you're, we got people who, of course, abroad who maybe haven't been exposed to Gallagher's in their home country. We got a lot of folks, a lot of friends abroad. We got a fellow that puts capo on crooked here, and he's not abroad. He's right here. But Dan Tominski, Dan is playing a G-70 just whole bunch, man. If you kind of follow him on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and things, I love Dan. He's one of my all-time favorites. Dan plays the G-70, and that says a lot because I've played Dan's old Martin several times, and he is really, really partial to that guitar. I know from just down through the years and talking to him about it. And Dan is playing a G-70. I remember Clara Lynch played a G-70, and of course Jim Hurst, who did a lot of lead work with Clara Lynch. Jim was generally a mahogany man, but Clara Lynch played the G-70. Oh, who else have I seen with the G-70? Chris Jones and the Night Drivers. Chris Jones plays a G-70. I believe Cormier plays one, J.P. Cormier, and of course they've got a maple 13 fret signature Cormier as well. Gallagher does, but J.P. has a G-70. I know. Check this thing out, because what you've heard without a capo is just child's play. Check this thing out. Think of Doc Watson when I think of Gallagher. The first Gallagher I ever played in my life was Doc's, and man, oh man, oh man, I love it. I love him and miss him. Those who know me well, those who are old timers around here, know that I've told this over and over and over, but I always like to point it out when we get a rosewood guitar in here. That's an exception to some people's, including my, negative microphonic experience, if you will. I have owned, played several. I've only owned a couple, or one specifically, but I've played in the hundreds of rosewood guitars that the low E string, when you would go to mic it up, the E and A would go, and so that kept me on mahogany for the longest time. And when we get a good recording rosewood guitar in, there's nothing like it. There just simply is nothing like it. And I think that you have heard just the balance of this guitar. And man, oh man, there's nothing muddy. The very, very full bass, but it's a very good balance. It's a very good balance. So if you like a professional sound, then this works for you. Let's check out B flat. Is harder. It's just got a bigger punch than, you know, what we typically associate with rosewood. So if you like to punch, just beautiful. But it'll fade quick, and well, I mean, not fade, it sustains well, but you can fade in, you know, that real hard punch on the downbeat of a song into softer stuff. Man, the dynamics on this, I am really pleased. I've bragged when we get ready to go out at night, hey, make sure the door's locked. I don't want nobody to steal the G-70. But I've bragged on this guitar since I got it in and sat around and played it. But I'm especially elated now that I have it over a microphone. I'm a whole new level of giddy. Key of B. That's so fat, man. That's like a 6XL there. Take her up to the 5th fret. I know I talk too much, but I play more in my videos than anybody else. Get a load of that. I mean, there's people that have 30-minute videos, and I go through and watch the whole video, and it's like, man, they played the guitar for like maybe 90 seconds here. Wait a minute. So I'm trying to give you my thoughts and observations along with playing in every key. 5th fret. So I talked about the tone color on this, and you know, you get used to different makers. There's attributes of when you move your hand, you know you're going to get this, you know you're going to get that. And something that Gallagher has going for it is we always do up here by the neck joint, and we'll do it now. But something that Gallagher has going for it as far as tone color is also from the edge of the sound hole back to the saddle. I can get look at how little I'm moving there. And there's a huge range just from the edge of the sound hole back to, you know, whatever you want to say, ½ inch from the saddle. I'm not one of these people that digs the bridge pins out. You know, when you see me play back there for that, it's for some sort of effect or something like that. But that amazed me because there were so many levels there. I was like, whoa, I've got to kind of learn where this is at. You know, how does this respond? Because stuff that I would normally reach up into here to get a level of warmth and just kind of that lyrical sound that I would reach up here, kind of almost the center of the sound hole to get, I can get that more like here. I can get that more like an inch back or 1.5 inches back. And the trebles are so lyrical. That it's unbelievable. So this is the G-70, and I mentioned Doc, and of course there's a Doc Watson model. Anything, if there's something you've been thinking about having built, you know, whistle me up and we can kind of talk about the specs and pricing, you know, and I can handle all of that for you. I can tell you my opinions on the different models. We will definitely have, obviously, this will not be the last one of Gallagher's that we have through, but I expect this to move quickly. If you have a brain in your head and a credit card in your pocket, or you know, if you consider bank robbery, anything like that, cash back there hid away, then this, I would jump on this. I told my wife, I said, you know, I've got to get one of these made for myself. And that says a lot. When I want to order a guitar from an individual or a company, it says a lot when you look at all the stuff that comes through. But if you want something different than the G-70, you can let me know and we can see what we can spec out. But you know, we are an authorized Gallagher dealer, and this one is here. It's ready to go. They provide a really nice TKL case, and everything is just absolutely top notch. I mean, I'll be honest with you. When it comes to the name Gallagher, there have been a few different owners down through the years. I mean, they started making guitars in 1965, I believe it was. And I remember in the 80s, 90s, well, I started playing in the 90s, but I've played a lot of Gallaghers from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. And some of them left a lot to be desired, in my opinion. I mean, and that's something that David Mathis, the owner of Gallagher now, the current owner of Gallagher, he knows and understands that. He has experienced those guitars. And I'm just telling you that what they are doing over there, since David has taken ownership of Gallagher, what the guys are doing in the shop, is as good this guitar is as good as anything I have played. And like I say, I don't care if I keep it. But I mean, the truth, just the truth, it's as good as anything I've played. I don't remember the last Rosewood Dreadnought that came through that had this level of effect on me. But I know it was, I do remember it, and I do remember the price tag on it, and it was far, far greater than this. So again, Sean at SeanBrock.com, 606-547-4477. And we'll take care of you on this G70, and man, you're not going to be disappointed in the least. Don't forget to subscribe. Y'all take care.